Good morning. Welcome to our video number 3. We're going to talk about different pathologies and conditions of the foot, and let's jump right ahead into talking about plantar fasciitis and a little bit of what might be a misconception for most people. So to get this started, the main one that you will probably see a lot of is people come in and say, I have plantar fasciitis. Okay, you have plantar fasciitis. Let's look into this. So let's see how the foot looks below the skin. So first of all, the plantar fascia is your actual initial band of tissues underneath the skin. So my thinking has always been challenging, okay, plantar fasciitis, so it's a hard condition to cure. Wouldn't it be easy if it was such a superficial tissue? Just as a pure simplistic question. So anyways, I kind of want to look deeper into the foot structure. So next level, you got your flexor digitorum brevis, which is an intrinsic flexor. So you've got, they're starting at the toes and to the heel, and you've got a nice big fat muscle in the middle that attaches to the four toes. On the outskirts of it, you've got your digiti minimi, which is your abductor, your fifth ray abductor. You have your flexor hallucis abductor hallucis, to move the big toe widthwise. So we got to go in underneath here, and then we have our layer that we were talking about yesterday in video number 2. We have our flexor hallucis longus tendon. Now, just for a quick little note, these are attached to the distal phalanges. Just for the purpose of this model, they cut them off so we can work and take the muscles out, but they're actually attached to the toes. So flexor hallucis longus and our flexor digitorum longus, which is the 4 tendons go into one tendon and then routed through the calcaneal shelf, attaching into the deeper calf muscle. So we can remove this layer here, and now we're getting a little bit closer to the problem. So since for most people, it is such a deep tissue pain, typically referred to just a little bit more proximal and medial than the center of the heel. So this to me looks quite like what we're looking for, and why this tendon would be affected is the reason why we were talking about again yesterday, where we were talking about the flexor extrinsic flexors, flexor hallucis longus, flexor digitorum longus, routed through the calcaneal shelf and supporting the rear foot stability. So if those are weak, well, we have now hypermobility in the rear foot this way and hypermobility in the foot this way. Now this, when it's coupled with a tight gastroc and soleus group, right? So the gastroc naturally compensates for it wants to compensate for the weakness of the extrinsic flexors, and tightens up. So this, grab the other model so you can get a bit of a visual. So this, what it does is it adds a little bit of dorsiflexion into the motion of the rear foot. So it adds a little bit of back pull like this, and this coupled with a hypermobility in the rear foot, in the calcaneus, and the subtalar joint, well, you guessed it, this is going to be the painful spot. So it's a little bit of a tear of the calcaneal oblique tendon. So it's a tendon that's connected to the calcaneus and connected to the oblique muscles of the deep intrinsic structure of the foot. And this hypermobility causes a strain of this section, and this is why it's so hard to get at. So this is the biggest misconception of plantar fasciitis. Well, thanks for watching this episode. Join me again tomorrow as we talk about another exciting foot pathology.